I purposely scattered dog food at the door of my husband's study to lure the dog inside. Suddenly, I heard a woman scream from the room. I rushed in, pretending to look for the dog. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw that scheming woman getting up from my husband's arms. Then I calmly walked out of the room, but suddenly turned back and asked my husband if he was feeling overheated. His lips were red. He quickly wiped off the lipstick mark and said, "Yeah, maybe just a little overheated." I smiled, then turned and left the room. As soon as I stepped out, I turned on the hidden camera in the study, watching how close my husband and that female neighbor were. I didn't get angry, because we were known as the model couple in the whole neighborhood. My husband was a respected university professor, and I was the dutiful wife who stayed home to take care of the kids. Every time we ran into that woman all the men dreamed of, my husband always acted like he looked down on her. That neighbor's husband worked hard outside to support the family, but she flirted with other men, like she didn't care about her own husband's feelings. I always believed my husband was a decent man, until that day, when we ran into her in the elevator, and I finally saw his true colors. The elevator suddenly broke down. When the lights came back on, I was shocked to see my husband tightly hugging the neighbor. He let go of her reluctantly and explained that he mistook her for me, but that moment planted a seed of doubt in my heart. As soon as we got home, the scheming neighbor showed up with a plate of lychees, saying she wanted to thank my husband for helping her earlier. But as soon as she sat down, she flirtatiously lifted the hem of his pants with her foot. It made me extremely uncomfortable, but my husband didn't react at all. Then she said she wanted to study history and hoped my husband, the history professor, could tutor her. I thought there's no way he would agree. He had always disliked her. Not to mention, he said before he never gave private lessons. But to my surprise, he didn't turn her down. He even quickly made a study plan for her. That was the first time my husband felt like a stranger to me. I got up and went straight to the kitchen. Half a month passed. The scheming neighbor came over almost every day in the name of tutoring, and what started in the living room had now moved into the study, until one day I saw through my hidden camera that my husband had already changed. That's when I started my revenge plan. First, I contacted my lawyer friend and had him pose as someone from a foundation to reach out to my husband. He guided my husband to apply for $10 million in funding, because I knew my husband's biggest dream was to build his own research institute. And to make my revenge even more brutal, the first thing I had to do was help him fulfill that dream. Then, I attended a banquet where I met the real founder of an academic foundation. He was also my senior from school. He had a crush on me for years, and once invited me to be the chair of the foundation. At the time, I declined to avoid any gossip, but this time when he invited me again, I agreed without hesitation. I even said that once I became chair, I would add a new requirement for fund approval. He fully supported me and said I could take full control of everything. Then he had the foundation's Secretary General connect with me directly. Soon my husband received notice that his funding application was approved. He was overjoyed, because with that grant, becoming a